Good day to you.
I'd like to discuss the price.
Naturally.
Agree?
Come now, just a little. See now, I knew we'd come to an agreement.
Wait, that's mine! Fuck! A pick... Thief!
Good people, come up close and have a smell. Fresh bread. And pour yourself a bit of fresh milk to drink.
E aí, Doguinho, boa noite. Tudo bem? Tô tentando levantar um dinheiro. Tranquilo também.
You there! Stop! Surrender! You're under arrest for breaking the... What the hell do you think you're doing, hurting people like that? We won't put up with violent brutes here. Is that clear? You should have thought twice about what you were doing. That will land you a fat fine.
Just my luck. Look,
Do you think
Eu
you've paid?
pensei que esse cara ainda tava nocauteado, ele acordou. Não gosto de comida japonesa.
Hey, lad! Don't you want a little wager on the Black Angel,
É, no geral, sim. Eu gosto de junk food, hambúrguer e coisas do tipo. Beleza, pode mandar. Deixar ele pelado agora também, só de raiva. Tem a configuração geral e por servidor individual, né? O meu eu deixo bloqueado no geral e eu desbloqueio individual dependendo do servidor. Aquele cara não tinha dinheiro, esqueci de vez. Esse aqui eu já peguei. Eu tinha testado também, eu gostei do jogo. Pretendo comprar depois. No PC tava boa a performance dele.
Bread.
Garlic, onions, mushrooms, and asparagus. Come right up. No asparagus that'll cut you in half.
Ele não parecia um jogo pesado. E rodou bem no meu PC. Não imaginei que fosse ficar dropando.
Good health to you.
I've got some goods here.
All right.
Can we do something about the price?
Naturally.
Agree?
A nice sum. Just aye, that would do it.
E as demos são bem grandes hoje em dia, né? Isso quando tem, né? A maioria dos jogos nem tem mais demo. Eu sinto falta dos jogos terem demo. Às vezes, quando você fica em dúvida, a única opção é piratear o jogo pra testar. Sério que é só isso? É, a maioria do pessoal que tá lá agora é bem chato.
A good day to you. What do you need?
Não sei como o Rons não baniu o Master até agora. Ele já baniu por menos. Eu nem sei quantos servidores o Rons tá.
Let's have a word about the price.
Well, we can...
What do you say to this?
I'd almost shake on that. Almost.
Só no Xbox Brasil mesmo.
All right, so.
E em um outro Discord de uma menina que faz live. Só nesses 3. De vez em quando eu entro em algum, acabo não gostando e saio. Agora meu cavalo tá estiloso. É, mas lá tava bem. A zoeira tava muito forte. Eu tive que dar um fim naquilo. O pessoal começou a abusar demais.
Let's talk about the price.
All right, so.
Acabar com a zoeira dele.
Is this enough?
I'd almost shake on that. Almost.
Bloquear as redes sociais, os anexos e tal.
Aye, for that amount I could be persuaded.
A foto de perfil que é essa. Ah, tá, sei.
Most megkapod! Jól van, jöttél, eladom.
Hideg, hideg.
Na bassza meg!
O cara larga a lança pra querer usar esse machadinho pequeno.
Feladom. Elegem van.
O outro queria tão vesgo quanto eu. Eu descobri uns podres do Reddit quando eu comecei a moderar uma comunidade lá. Acabei perdendo um pouco o interesse. Eu nem tenho usado mais, faz um tempinho que eu parei de usar. Umas 3 semanas. Eu voltei pro Twitter e parei de usar o Reddit, foi o contrário. O Reddit foi dominado pelo pessoal que é a favor do woke. Eles apagam tudo que eles não concordam. Ficou altamente censurado. Mas até nas de memes a censura rola solto. Cadê outro cara? No Reddit tem muita gente que modera várias comunidades diferentes. A mesma pessoa, né? Então tem amizade com pessoas que moderam outras comunidades. Daí, se uma pessoa é banida em uma comunidade, eles mandam banir em todas as outras. Mesmo que a pessoa nem participe ou não tenha quebrado nenhuma regra daquela comunidade. Comigo mesmo aconteceu isso. O moderador do PC Gaming me baniu porque eu era moderador do Reddit de memes. E eu deixei todos os memes zoando o woke, né? Ele falou que eu tinha que apagar. Eu não apaguei, ele me baniu. Só porque eu permitia que zoassem o WoW. Eu tô andando com a espada ensanguentada aqui, esqueci. Eu não xingo não, nunca tive costume. E é muito difícil quem conseguir me tirar do sério também. Acho que carioca e nordestino somos os que mais têm costume de xingar, assim. Não necessariamente intencionalmente.
How are you?
I've got some goods here.
All right.
Tem que ir lá buscar meu cavalo, não dá pra vender direto.
I could do with a bite to eat.
Hey.
I've got some goods here.
All right. See you later.
Let's talk about... What do you say to this?
That's better. Drop it a bit more and we'll call it a deal. Aye. For that amount, I can be persuaded.
Essa loja nunca tá aberta.
I have a document for you from Sir Divish. It concerns the renewal of Pribyslavitz.
The village you drove those bandits out of?
Very same.
So it's true then? Good. Good. Let me see that document then.
Here it is.
So what have we here? It says I should announce that anyone interested may move to Pribyslavitz to live and work. And Sir Radzig and Sir Hanush also give their consent. In that case, let's not waste any time. Come along with me. Good luck to you.
Eu virei bailiff de uma cidade. Não sei qual a tradução exata de bailiff, mas acho que seria tipo prefeito, alguma coisa assim. É o manda-chuva da cidade.
Good people, come up close and have a smell. Fresh bread. And pour yourself a bit of fresh milk to drink.
Bom apetite.
Fresh bread, come and get it. Man cannot live by bread alone. Either.
E aí, não vai falar?
Bread, bread, rolls and pretzels.
Hear ye, hear ye. It is hereby announced, in the name of Sir Hanush and Sir Divish, that you, the citizens of Ratai, as well as those who have found temporary refuge here, are permitted to move to the hamlet of Pribyslavitz to the north of Talmberg Castle, wherein you shall be vouchsafed a new life and new dwellings, providing that you shall contribute to the renewal of the hamlet. All those who choose to accept this offer shall be exempted from payment of taxes for a period of 5 years. They shall be permitted also to make use of timber from the surrounding woods and water from the streams. The hamlet of Pribyslavitz lies in the domain of Sir Divish of Talmberg, and all who settle there shall be duty-bound to him. It is furthermore hereby announced that Henry of Skalitz is appointed to the administration of Pribyslavitz and the office of bailiff therein, which office and privilege have been conferred upon him by Sir Divish for loyalty and services rendered. I would therefore recommend that our Skalitz friends consider this offer very seriously, as nothing better is likely to come your way anytime soon.
Now. Can't just expect me to walk into the middle of a battle.
What battle? Sigismund's gone.
Maybe so, but the land's still full of ruffians, and I'm no soldier. Besides, there's no need to go right now. Everything's well hidden, and it won't be sprouting legs and running off.
And how are we supposed to live in the meantime? On dirt and air?
It's not that bad.
Not that bad. I woke up with a rat in my blanket. A rat.
Forget it. Man cannot live by bread alone. Can't live without it either.
Cucumbers. Lovely cucumbers.
My respects to you. Take care now.
I'd like to discuss.
Well,
Since it's you.
come now. Just... Aye, for that amount I can be persuaded.
Come get 'em.
I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
You look like you've got a lot on your plate, Master Bailiff. Is work keeping you busy?
Busy? I've had so many visitors, I wouldn't wonder if the door fell off its hinges.
What's going on?
I've been given the task of putting some of the Scarlet's refugees to work. It's not that there's a shortage of jobs, the problem's sharing them out fairly.
I understand. Everyone has mouths to feed.
The worst part is they won't tell you who really needs a job the most, but you might be able to help, Henry.
How?
They're like to be more honest with you, so you can find out who's in the most need. And you can decide for yourself who'll do what. Will you help?
If you need help, I'll do whatever I can.
You're a godsend. I'm sure it won't take too long. You know how the refugees are getting on, don't you? But ask around if you need to find out more.
What kind of work are we talking about?
Well, old Hagen is looking for a cook, and we need 5 carriers.
A cook and 5 water carriers. That sounds simple enough. Is there a problem?
A little. We need 3 water carriers, but the other 2 will have to carry, begging your pardon, shit. Or as the Pope would say, excrement.
Is there anyone who can tell me more about it?
Yes, the merchant Conrad Hagen is the one looking for a cook, so you can talk to him. And young Alex will know which of the Scarlet's folk are best suited to the job.
How come that's such a cause for concern?
For one thing, they're afraid of me, and I can't get a straight answer out of any of them. So how the hell am I supposed to make the right choice?
Oh, they're desperate. You can't blame them.
I don't, but I might end up picking some good-for-nothing who'll just booze his wages away.
Can you tell me anything more about the cook?
You'll have to ask Hagen yourself. I couldn't get a straightforward answer out of him. Maybe he's changed his mind.
What do I need to know about the water carriers?
We need 3. Right now, some of the burgers' hands are doing the job.
And they need to go all the way down to the river for water.
Of course, where else would they get it? Gallows Hill? It's not an easy job, but someone has to do it.
What can you tell me about the other carriers?
It's dirty, but it's a job that needs to be done. There'll be more than enough work for them. Some places are overflowing.
Sounds disgusting. Why would anyone want the job?
If all else fails, I'll pay 2 groschen for every 1 I pay the water carriers. That might convince someone.
That's all I need to know.
Good luck, then.
May the Lord watch over you.
Master Bailiff, is there anything of interest going on here?
I should say so. The bishop's vicar came to Ujits, and not even Sir Hanush knows what he's after in these parts. Something must be up, but I couldn't tell you more than that.
Master Bailiff, is there anything of interest going on here?
Nothing of interest to me, thank Christ.
Take care.
God be with you.
I'd like to ask about our former neighbours. There are jobs here for some of them, and I have to pick people.
The bailiff told me about it. He still wants our people to do the knacker's job?
What of it? It will benefit everyone.
Not everyone. There's not enough work for everyone, and no one wants to do the knacker's job.
But having a job could save someone's life.
Water carrying, maybe. But if they have to do a job that's not fit for a decent person, only for the knacker or the executioner's servant?
So you think there's no point in it? That it's better to beg than have a job, even if it is hauling shit?
You forget that that's a job for the knacker's hired hand, not for displaced people. When we return to Skillets, they'll never be able to rid themselves of the stink.
So, do you know who's most in need of some coin and is fit for hard work?
Everyone's in need of coin, but not everyone is fit for such work.
Well, who should I talk to then? Where will I find them?
I'll talk to them myself and send them to meet you in front of the rat house, so they'll all be in one place. It'll take me a while, though.
I'm also looking for a cook. Do you know of a good cook who's looking for work?
Well, there's Agnes. I've heard she can cook better than anyone. Only...
Well, what's the problem? Did something happen to her?
No, it's just that I haven't seen her around here for ages. I believe she's cooking for the local parish priest and living at the presbytery. So I don't think she's in need of work.
Thanks. I'll go.
Farewell.
I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
The bailiff sent me. He said you're looking for a cook.
That's right. I'm searching for a good cook, but I've said all that to our esteemed bailiff.
Well, I offered the bailiff my help because I know the Skalitz folk.
Ah, I see. Well, ask away then.
Do you have any particular requirements for the new cook?
Well, it would be an advantage if she knew how to cook.
Well, yes, but the bailiff said you had other conditions.
Well, I want a woman who's capable of looking after the house when I'm away on business.
Young? Nimble?
What for? I want her to impress people with her food, not her face.
I understand. Sorry. I also heard there are vacant carrier jobs.
Yes, yes. I'm surprised it hasn't occurred to anyone sooner. It will certainly benefit the city if the burghers don't have to send their own servants.
It will benefit my people as well.
Of course, it goes without saying.
I also heard that you need workers to carry, to empty latrines.
It's not dignified to talk of such manners. That's not a concern for decent people.
But I need to know...
Enough. I won't have such talk in my home. God be with you.
But I'm reduced to this. I'm scarlet.
Perils. God watch over you, good night, especially in these dark times. Can I do something for you?
Are you Agnes, who works at St. James?
I am. Or I did, before those devils rolled in and burnt down Skalitz. Why do you ask?
I'm looking for a good cook and housekeeper, and everyone I asked sent me to you.
Oh, I've been blessed by God.
So it seems. Anyway, the local merchant wants someone who can cook food fit for nobility and take care of his household.
Well, Father Francis was very fond of good food, But I can't just go serve someone else.
Why not?
Because I'm still Father Francis's housekeeper.
But I heard he fled and isn't coming back.
Don't pay any attention. They're just rumors. I'm still his housekeeper.
Where's Father Francis now?
I don't know. The last time I saw him, he was going to confession in Sasau. But that was before all these terrible things happened. I've heard no word of him since then.
Does he go to Sasau often? Where does he stay when he's there?
Not so often. About once a month. He always used to stay in the inn near the monastery, so he wouldn't have far to go.
I'll ask around about what happened to Father Francis. I'll let you know.
Good luck then.
Items on offer today for a fraction of their true value.
Asparagus, I'll cut you in half.
Ah,
Cucumber.
I know you.
What ails you? Come
I
get
know you
them.
from somewhere. Where do I know you from?
What?
Of course, my dream. You were in a boat made of bone, and I put a crown of thorns on your head.
Carrots that'll make you and your family happy. Onions that'll make you cry. Garlic that'll keep
Tell me about this dream of yours.
That dream? Yes, that dream has come true. I dreamt that a young man would become my apprentice, my own pupil in the trade of miracles.
Vegetables, fresh vegetables.
Then I'm in luck.
On the contrary, I, the lucky one. What's your name, young man?
Henry.
Henry. A powerful name. So, Henry, are you ready to become my apprentice?
Garlic.
What exactly does it entail,
Onion.
becoming your apprentice?
A lot of work and strenuous labor. Knowledge of medicine, theology, and white magic. You have to study the great works of the ancients and devote your time to understanding your fellow men, listening to them, and learn to read their souls.
Have Have a look at these cucumbers.
That's a pretty challenging
They'll stay
task.
firm all winter,
That's why
right
God
before
has sent
someone
you.
else does.
So what do you say?
No, I definitely don't want to be your apprentice.
A shame. But perhaps Providence shall yet cause our lines of fate to
It's a
cross.
feast for your eyes
You'll
and your
see.
stomach. It's hard to resist. You're not
Garlic soup for the
definite
winter, onion soup for the spring, asparagus for taste, and prunes for what ails you. Try them.
Father, I need your help urgently.
You? I recognize you. You're the Skalit's blacksmith's son.
Yes, that I am.
I'm sorry. What did you want?
It may sound strange, but I need you to go back to St. James. The locals need their spiritual shepherd.
No. No, certainly not, my boy. That's one place I shan't be going back to.
Why? It is your parish, after all.
A parish that's little but a ruin these days. And besides, God forgive me, but I'm afraid all kinds of ruffians are on the rampage around Skalit's.
It isn't completely safe, but most of them are gone.
As my father used to say, why take the risk?
How did you manage to get out of Skalit's?
I didn't. I wasn't there during the raid. I was here at Sasau for confession.
And why aren't you with our folks at Rattay? What if Sir Radzig has need of you?
Look, here I'm an honored guest and well cared for. In Rattay, there's hardly room enough for the refugees already there. And what's more, the parish priest doesn't like me, which happens to be mutual. The last thing I want to be doing is haggling with him over where I can sleep or how many slices of bread I'm allowed to eat.
He certainly isn't known for being generous. Don't you feel any shame? Think of all those Christians who faced death and never betrayed their faith.
That's something else entirely.
No, it's not. They weren't afraid to face death, and you're squirming at the thought of some slight danger.
Haven't you seen how they ransacked the place? Does that seem slight to you? Well, not to me.
The Cumans are gone, but the townsfolk won't come back. And why should they, when the man who ought to set an example, the one they look up to, is shitting himself?
I am ashamed. More than you can imagine, but not quite enough to get myself killed for it. I'm a man of the cloth, not a man at arms. So, I shall politely decline your offer.
Do tell me, Father, why don't you like the Rattay priest exactly?
Have you never met him? Now, there's a man without any fellow feeling or morals. When he sits in judgment, he's needlessly cruel. Yet when he's censored, he whines and complains. He thinks only of himself and his own desires.
You're right. He really is like that. But how can you criticize him when you're turning your back on your calling out of fear?
That's not the same thing at all.
Isn't it? Maybe not to you or him, but the people won't see it that way. You've both failed your flocks.
You can't possibly mean that. I'm nothing like that ignoramus.
It comes down to the same thing in the end. Having a scoundrel for a priest or having nobody at all. You have a calling, so follow it.
I don't know who you think you are to sit in judgment on me, but I've no desire to get killed. When Sir Radzig returns to Skalit's, that's when I shall too, and not a day before.
As you wish. What if they increased your income? Would that convince you?
My boy, my boy. I get tithes from the parishioners, and since my flock amounts to a flock of ravens these days, it won't come to much.
I know. That's why I've arranged a small collection for you, so you'll have something to live on before the parishioners return.
So that's what you're about. And how much have you put together? Well and good, then. Well and good. That's most satisfactory. And where will I live? My house in Skalitz must surely be in ruins.
You can live right there at St. James. I'm sure the locals will be grateful enough to give you a roof over your head.
Well, it's true they've treated me kindly, and I do owe them. Very well. I will go back.
Thank you. The people from St. James will never forget this. Father, when do you plan to return to St. James?
I beg your pardon. Why do you ask, my boy?
Your housekeeper, Agnes, is in Rattay and doesn't want to work for anyone else. She's waiting for your return.
So she survived. Thank the Lord. I prayed for her and all who suffered, but I'm not going back. Tell her I appreciate her concern, but to look out for herself now. God be with you.
I've got this plan. We've got him.
Will be spilt. You're dead.
Go weaker than... Siciliani.
You'll get one.
at, you piece of shit. You're for a punch in the face, are you? Come on, then. You all get what for. Ooh.
What's the matter? Come on.
Lost your wind. Got it. Here.
Jesus Christ. Take care now.
Good people, come up close and have a smell.
I could die of shame.
God safe. What can I do for you?
What do you want?
I want to work. And I heard you're the one in charge of giving out jobs, not the bailiff.
It's true. Do you know how to cook? If you know how to make food for nobles, then I might have something for you.
Where would I learn to cook food for nobles? I want to carry water.
But Alex has already picked people who want to carry water.
He didn't ask me, though, so I came here myself.
Be that as it may, I already have the people I need to carry water. And anyway, it's no job for a woman.
I'm strong enough to knock you on your arse, you pup. Take care.
Asparagus just this morning. Bread.
Cucumbers that'll cure what ails you. Get them.
Oh, get the best spices.
I'm from Skalitz. Good folk. You all know what happened there. Help your neighbour.
Good day to you.
You're here about the water carrying?
I am. Where do I get some pails?
Hold your horses. We haven't decided yet who gets the job. I have to ask you a few things first.
What for? I can handle the job. But ask away.
What trade did you do before?
I worked in the mines, at the winch. You've heard of Tonda the winch, right? Strong as a bull.
Ah, the name sounds familiar. You were one of the new miners, weren't you?
I was. I came last autumn. The winter was mild enough to work the mines, and I showed everyone I was a hard worker. So did I get the job?
We're not finished yet.
Let it bake a bit. You'll be able to feed the whole family with.
Are you here because you want to carry water?
Well, I'd rather be back at the winch. Turning it so fast I'd make everyone's head spin. But now I want to carry water at least, since there's some money in it.
Well, there's also the option of carrying, shit.
Not a chance. I'm not carrying any shit around. And if anyone tries to make me, I'll break his legs.
And what if I told you that you get double the pay?
Didn't I mention something about breaking legs?
You did, but more money?
I wouldn't be Tonda the winch anymore. More like Tonda the stench.
And how are you holding up?
Not very well, I'll tell you that. I help out with something every once in a while and get some money for it. But it's not enough. Especially when the dice don't fall in my favor.
Sure. And have you tried looking for other work?
What for? They'll get the mines running again, and I'll have a real man's job.
And what about soldiering? That's real man's work, isn't it?
It is, and I'd be good at it. When I land a punch, you'd think you were kicked by a horse. Which I once showed to a soldier I fell out with over a game of dice. Only, I'm too smart for soldiering.
No doubt. I heard you lot don't want to talk to the bailiff.
I don't know much about that. The others didn't talk to him, so I kept my mouth shut as well. That's the way we do it at the mines. He didn't even really ask me anything anyway. Just mumbled something under his breath.
What would you give me if I recommended you?
What could I give when I don't have a pot to piss in? All I have is a strong arm. Whenever I hit anything or anyone, they stay hit.
Well, if I get you the job, will you show me how to really hit someone hard?
I could. Deal then.
Deal. I know everything I need.
So, can I go carry water then?
Not yet. I'll tell the bailiff and he'll choose.
Well, I hope he chooses me. Otherwise, I might be very angry.
I'll bear that in mind.
God be with you.
Good evening.
Sorry to interrupt, but it sounded like you might need some help with something.
What? No, nothing. What did you hear?
That you might have hidden.
You heard wrong. There's nothing hidden anywhere. And you leave my man alone. Understand?
As you wish.
God bless. And may the souls... God watch over you, good night, especially in these dark times. Can I do something for you?
I asked around in Sasau. Father Francis is doing well in Sasau. He has no plans to return to St. James anytime soon.
You talked to him? How is he doing? Doesn't he need his cassock fixed? He's always tearing it. There isn't a pew or a step he hasn't tripped over at one time or another.
As I said, he's doing just fine.
Good luck then. Goodbye.
Be merciful! What am I to do? A poor wretch.
Do you want something?
I'd like to ask a favor of you, Hal.
Of course. What is it?
I heard you're picking people to carry water. No one needs the job more than Antonia.
Adam never mentioned any Antonia.
I'm not surprised. But Antonia really needs that job.
Can she cook?
What's that got to do with carrying water?
Nothing, but there's a cook's job going too. Much easier than hauling water.
I don't know how good a cook she is, though. You'd better ask her yourself.
Do you think she'll be able to handle carrying those buckets? It's quite far, and up that hill.
She's no princess. She's tough enough.
All right. I'll bear it in mind.
Bear it in mind? What does that mean?
It means I'll think about it. The bailiff has the last word.
Well, if he's got something against giving the job to a woman, then try and get Vincent in at least. He might not have anyone on their deathbed, but his mother has no one else. I could hear you rattling a mile off in that armor. Here.
I'll never forget your kindness.
Let it bake a bit, and you'll be able to feed the whole family with fresh breads.
Onions that'll make you cry.
Here, girl. God save you.
Thank you. Thank you, Colin.
God be with you.
Nuuvem. I'm afraid you were right when you said these hostilities wouldn't end at Participe.
That comes as no surprise.
What has happened?
My respects to you.
I'd like to ask about our former neighbours.
The bailiff told me about it. He's...
What of it?
Not everyone. There's not...
So, do you know who's most in need of some coin?
Everyone's in need of coin, but...
Who should I talk to then?
I'll talk to them myself.
I'm also looking for a cook.
Well, there's Agnes. I've heard she can cook better than anyone.
Well, what's the problem?
No, it's just that I haven't...
But having a job could...
Water, care...
So you think there's no point?
You forget that...
Thanks. I'll go.
Good luck to you.
Fred Beach, just this morning. Fred!
For the love of God, I've come from Skellington all my own. Shine upon me. Jesus Christ be...
Are you Agnes? Who...
I am, or I did.
I'm looking for a good... So it seems.
Well...
Merchant Hagen isn't just anybody.
I've heard of him, that he's a good Catholic.
Really? Well, yeah, sure he is.
Truly. People still talk about the lovely service he arranged for his wife's funeral.
So you wouldn't mind being his housekeeper?
Well, I don't know. What will Father Francis do?
Father Francis no longer needs a housekeeper.
What? Don't tell me he's found a new one.
Well, I probably shouldn't tell you. I'm afraid that's just how it is.
But that's not like him. Somebody must have been putting ideas into his head. I'll have to go back and talk to him.
But he's not at St. James's.
No? Then where is he? And why does he have a new housekeeper there?
They're sending him away, somewhere to South Bohemia. I was told they've arranged all the help he needs there already.
But what will I do?
You didn't want to drag you away somewhere else, since you've been here your whole life.
That's true, but what will he do without me? Who will take care of him?
I'm sure he'll be well taken care of. What about you? You could have a good life as Hagen's housekeeper.
Very well. I'll go and work for him then. May the Lord watch over you.
God be with you.
The bailiff sent me. He said you're looking for a cook.
That's right. I'm searching for good...
Why offered the bailiff my...
I...
Do you have any particular requirement?
Well,
yes.
Well, I want to...
Young?
What for?
I understand. I also heard that...
Yes.
It will benefit my...
Of course,
I also heard that...
It's not decent people.
But
Enough. Farewell.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Sorry to interrupt.
What? No.
That you might...
You heard right.
As you wish.
God be with you.
God save you.
I could use some help in Pribislavis. I'm in charge of renewing the village, and they tell me you can read, write, and do sums.
Aye. But first, this water-carrying job has to be settled. I can't go anywhere until then.
Good luck, then.
Pick today to put a smile on your face.
Scallops are all I ask of you as a foster friend.
God be with you.
How does life in...
I suppose it was... God be with you.
Look at these cucumbers. They'll stay burnt all winter. Buy 'em before someone else does.
I'm glad to... God be with
Flour, egg.
Sigismund and everything I've heard. Godless beast.
You're here about the water carrying?
I am.
Hold your horses. We haven't...
What for?
Garlic soup for the winter. Onion
What trade did...
I worked in the mine.
Ah, then they...
I was.
we're not finished yet.
ales, yeah.
Are you here because you want...
Well, I'd rather... But now I...
Well,
Not a chance.
Bread baked just this morning.
carrying shit is hard work. A job for a real man.
If you think it's so great, why don't you do it yourself?
I've got a job. But beggars can't be choosers.
So now I'm a beggar. Maybe I really should knock you on your ass.
Sorry, no offense. And how are you holding?
Not very well.
Sure.
What for?
Asparagus that'll cut you in half and cucumbers that'll cure what ails you. Come get them.
And what about soldiering?
It is, only...
No doubt. I heard you...
I don't know. He didn't eat.
What would you give me?
What could I give when I don't...
Well, if I get you the...
I could.
Deal. I know everything I need.
So, can I go carry water then?
Not yet. I'll tell the bailiff and he'll choose.
Well...
I'll bear that in mind.
Good luck to you.
Welcome to me. Greetings.
What do you want?
I want to work.
It's true.
Where would I learn to cook food for nobles?
But Alex is...
He didn't ask me, though.
Look, I already have more people than jobs. You're a bit late.
But I really need a job.
Well, so does everyone else around here.
None of them has a husband on his deathbed.
He's dying.
He's badly wounded. So poorly he's been in his bed for weeks. Unconscious most of the time.
Sorry to hear it.
I already owe the apothecary a small fortune. And he won't lift a finger for us now.
Well, if you know how to cook fine food, I could get you a job at the merchant's house. You'd have a nice roof over your head there, too.
All I've ever cooked is gruel and soup. Nothing fit for nobles. A roof would be grand, though. Not so much for me, but for my husband. Is there any way you could arrange it?
No. Not unless I lied about your cooking skills. But he'd find out soon enough, and then we'd both be in trouble. What did you do in Skalitz?
I was at the silverworks, roasting the ore and washing it. My husband was at the smelter.
Oh, Christ. Things got very ugly there. I suppose that's where your husband was wounded? It's a miracle you managed to drag him all the way to Ratai.
What else could I do? Leave him there?
All right. I'll think about it and talk to the bailiff.
And you'll tell him to take me, right? Take care.
Are you here on account of the water carrying?
Yes, I am. My name is Vincent.
Nice to meet you. I'll ask a few questions and we'll see. All right?
Fine. I'll ask away.
What did you do before this?
I work for my father.
Doing what? Who's your father, anyway?
He was Moimian. We had a farm near Skalitz.
Really? His farmhands came to the tavern a lot, but I never saw you there.
I don't go to taverns.
So you're probably here about carrying water, right?
Aye. I want to carry water.
That's all? You've nothing more to add?
That's what's needed, ain't it?
How are you holding up?
Well, I'm alive. But I miss my father. And the farm, too. But Ma says there's no use dwelling on it. Life must go on.
What happened with Bailiff? He couldn't get a word out of anybody.
I don't know. I didn't talk to him at all.
And what would you give me if I put in a good word for you?
I've got nothing to give.
Oh, come now. You say you want the job, so prove it to me.
Mother told me I should go and help. If you don't want my help, fair enough.
That's enough for now.
Take care now.
You're interested in carrying water?
I am. It's about time something good came to decent folk.
I agree. Now, I'll ask you a few questions.
What? But I want the work and I deserve it. Keep your questions for good-for-nothings.
What makes you so deserving? How did you make a living before this?
I was the owner of a mine. Well, I had a lease on it. But in our line of work, it amounts to the same thing.
The chief, eh? But have you ever hauled a bucket of ore up a hill?
There's no hill in a mine. Just a shaft with a winch.
It's hard work carrying water.
So is taking care of a mine.
It's not quite the same thing, is it? You need brawn to carry water, not brains.
I wasn't born a mine owner, you know. I've done my share of hauling.
There's also the option of, emptying latrines.
Are you trying to insult me? That's no job for a decent Christian.
True. That's why it pays double.
Double, hey? Well, that's not bad, but for a man of my stature, no doubt there are more needy souls. Double.
How are you holding up in Ratai?
Not too well. I've tried offering my administrative abilities at the rat house, but the bailiff treats me like a peasant.
He's not an easy man to deal with, true enough. But if you show him what you're capable of...
Well, if he gives you a chance to show him...
And the bailiff complained he couldn't get a word out of you.
I refused to talk to him. Last time I did, he was vulgar, shouted and threatened to whip me. And then he comes and interrogates me.
Well, I can't see how that would put you off him. What would you give me if I put in a good word for you?
So that's how it is it? An honest person can't get a job, only one who'll stoop to bribing?
Come now. I just want to help, but I'll have my job cut out persuading the bailiff to take you.
All right. I don't have anything. but I know the armourer in Sasau, and he'll give you a good price if I have a word with him.
Cheap armor might come in handy, all right?
Done. Done. As soon as I get the job, come and see me, and I'll tell you all about it.
That's enough for now.
Goodbye.
I could use some help in Pribislavis. I'm in charge of renewing the village, and they tell me you can read, write, and do sums.
Aye. But first, this water-carrying job has to be settled. I can't go anywhere until then.
Good luck.
I'm glad to see you.
You hear about the water carrying?
Aye. I can haul water all day long.
So, do you want the job? There's plenty of other folk that will take it if you don't.
I do. I want it. What do I have to do?
So tell me, what was your trade before?
I was a miner, then a farm laborer, then I was a servant, then I fled from Skullets and ended up here.
Quite the fat totem, aren't you? Was none of those jobs good enough for you?
I liked them all, but they were always sending me to do something else. Pickman, they'd say, leave this and go and do that.
Pickman? That's your name?
Actually, my real name's Vassen, but they call me Pickman.
Is that German?
No. It's from when I was in the mines, digging with a pick.
So tell me, what was your trade before?
I was a miner.
Quite... Pickman? Is that German?
No.
So you're keen on carrying water?
I've been keen on it since I got up this morning.
And you had another job before this morning, or what?
No. I was just joking.
Besides water, you could carry... you could empty latrines.
What? Carry shit? That'd be a new one for me. No, it's not a thing I'd go around boasting about.
How are you holding up, anyway?
What can I tell you? I've seen better days for sure.
Cucumbers, onions.
What happened with the bailiff? He couldn't get a word out of anybody.
That peacock, what was strutting up and down and shouting at everyone? He told me he'd no time to listen to a buffoon like me. So I shut my mouth.
Well, I could put in a good word for you, but you'll have to scratch my back too.
Fair enough. Show me where it itches.
No, you dolt. It's just a saying. Like I do something for you, and you do something for me.
Ah, right. I see. Well, as it happens, I've got something great for you. Treasure you wouldn't dream of.
Treasure, you say? Right, you've got my attention.
I see you're a smart man. A man who knows a thing or two about the world. I've got... Wait for it. I've got a piece of the Queen of Sheba's sword.
Never heard of her. Who's she?
She was a great queen in ancient times. She gave Solomon a sword with magical powers.
Magical, eh? You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
No, it's true. It's in the Bible. And this sword, once it's put back together, nothing can stop it. It can cut through bones, teeth, even steel and stone.
I see. But you've only got one piece. What's that good for?
I couldn't get it all. The fellow I bought it off didn't have the rest. He sold off bits and pieces. They've got powers of healing, you see? And put strength in your... you know, manhood. What do you say? Deal?
We'll shake on it. I'll get you the job, and you'll give me the piece of the Queen of Sheba's sword.
Agreed.
Carrots and apples, picked today.
Good luck.
With a smile on your face.
I'm glad to see you.
You're one of the people interested in work?
Well, Alex told me that I'm supposed to ask about a job carrying water.
That's right. But first, I'll ask you a few questions. You are...
Peter. But everyone calls me Rock. There was more than enough Peters in the mines, and not just in the mines. So...
At the mines? So you're a miner?
That's right. I worked in the East Shaft, and I hope I'll be working there again. Now that I think of it, have you heard anything from their lordships? When will they open the mines again?
I have no idea what their lordships plan to do about it.
All right. I just thought you might have heard something.
How badly do you want to carry water?
Well, right now there doesn't seem to be much work around for miners. And at least I can earn a few groschen.
It's not easy work, though. It's a long way to carry water.
Do you think it was easier in the mines? Digging through rock on your knees all day for months on end?
There's one more option. Carrying shit.
What? For the knacker?
It's a job.
But what would people say? I need money badly, but I couldn't go back to mining after that.
But it will be twice the pay.
The money would help, true enough. What about afterwards? I don't want to be carrying shit all my life.
Look at it this way. You earn double the money in the same time, or the same money in half the time. That's not bad, is it?
Well, you have a point. I could get it over and done with quickly, and... All right, I'll take it. I suppose it won't kill me.
Good. I'm sure you won't regret it.
Help me, people, please.
How are you holding up?
I lost everything I had.
You mean this here? Well, I've got feeling back in my arm again.
What happened to it, anyway?
That time in Skalitz. I was knocked down by a horse, but it's better now.
But can you handle carrying water? It's no easy matter.
Sure I can. Like I said, my arm's fine.
The bailiff said he couldn't get a word out of you.
Well, he's not the most popular man around here, after everything that's happened. You can't blame us.
Well, maybe, but if you lot had just talked to him, I wouldn't have to run around dealing with this, and you'd all have a few groschen by now.
You might be right, but there's no point crying over spilt milk.
What would you give if I put in a good word for you?
Good word?
Sure. If I put in a good word for somebody to the bailiff, then that someone has a better chance.
But I haven't got a pot to piss in. I lost everything, and I'm in debt too. But I might know about an opportunity.
Oh? What kind of opportunity?
I heard about it at the mine, before Skalitz was raised.
So, what did you hear?
They found something they wanted kept a secret. There weren't any rumors about a silver scene, but what else could it be?
The punishment for stealing the king's silver is hanging or burning at the stake.
I know, but you can't be burned for stealing silver nobody knows about.
That's enough for now.
Farewell.
Can't live without it either.
E aí? Tá comido já?
My respects to you.
I know everything I need to know to pick the carriers.
Splendid. I'll be glad to get this damn business off my back. So how have you decided?
So, how do we do this? Do I just give you their names, or should I send for them?
Just tell me their names and whether they should carry water or something else. Don't worry, I'll send for them.
Não, tô tranquilo.
Peter, better known as Rock.
Peter? Rock? Didn't he get into a fight and injure his arm? Well, what should he do?
Carrying shit.
Good. One person for this job. Next.
Eu devia ter notado os nomes. Não lembro mais quem é quem. Precisar ver minha própria live aqui.
Vassil goes by the moniker of Pickman.
Pickman. I hope he doesn't have a history of pickpocketing.
No, no. They call him Pickman because he worked in the silver mines, and he was very keen with the pick. So much so, he managed to chop off 2 of his fingers.
Well, he can't do too much damage with a bucket, I suppose. Where do you want to put him?
Carrying shit.
Good. One person for this job. Next.
Na época que eu assisti tudo que tinha disponível, mas não estava completo o anime. Tá finalizado agora ou ainda tá para sair mais episódios?
You never said it had to be only men.
I didn't, but I kind of assumed it would be clear. It's a long walk with a heavy load, man's work.
She can handle the job, have no fear.
Let's hope so. You'll have to answer to me if she can't. Where do we put her then?
To carry water.
So we have one person to carry water. Who's next?
Tá bugando o som quando eu dou alt tab.
Tonda. They call him the winch.
The winch. Ought to be good with a bucket anyway. What's he going to do?
To carry water.
So we have one person to carry water. Who's next?
That's it.
Good. All decided. Now about the cook's job.
I chose a cook as well. Should I tell you or go to Hagen?
Tell me who you chose and I'll take care of it.
I chose old Agnes for the cook's job. I had a job convincing her, but it was worth it. She's the best cook around.
Glad to hear it. I'll have to drop in on Hagen for lunch sometime.
Master Bailiff, is there anything of interest going on here?
I should say so. The bishop's vicar came to Ujits, and not even Sir Hanush knows what he's after in these parts. Something must be up, but I couldn't tell you more than that. Goodbye.
É, tá bugando quando eu dou tab. Eu tava rodando ali no modo janela. Daí eu coloquei em tela cheia pra ver se evitava um bug, mas agora tem outro bug. Deixa eu ver quantos episódios eu assisti, acho que eu tenho aqui. Eu tenho 51 episódios, então eu assisti os 51, mas eu achei que estava incompleto. Que eu me lembro, não teve um final definitivo.
I'll just give you a quick search. Be quick about it.
What's going on?
Such are my orders.
Come on then.
Look here. This certainly isn't yours. Stay right here. Now you can enter.
Tá falando do Soul Eater? Faz bastante tempo que eu assisti, acho que se bobear foi em 2010 mesmo, 2011 por aí. Mas, que eu me lembro, ele não teve final. Ele tem um único episódio que é filler, que é bem chatinho, mas de resto é legal.
Avoid Meroyet. God has cast down the people there.
O cavalo parou aqui no meio do nada. Que o cara não quer me deixar passar.
I'm warning you. Don't go to Meroyet.
Nem dá pra conversar com ele.
Yeah.
É isso, Excalibur. Tava tentando lembrar o nome do bichinho. Bem irritante.
What do you want here, huh? My road! I'll kick your arse out of here! I'll slaughter you! You call that? Christ!
Que eu me lembro, não. Acho que tava outro. Não lembro se ele chega a lutar. É difícil chegar na cidade. Geralmente durante o dia não tem muitos bandidos, é mais à noite. Ainda não, mas eu pretendo jogar o primeiro e o segundo. O primeiro é barato, né? O segundo ainda tá caro. Quando ele baixar o preço eu compro os dois. Parece um Gears sem o cover. Pra mim é bom, porque eu não gosto do cover do Gears. Essa franquia aí tem jogos de todos os gêneros. Tem dezenas de jogos de todo tipo de gênero. Tem FPS também. Tem aquele 4X.
Welcome back. What news from Ratai?
Well, the bailiff read Sir Divish's decree, and now I'm officially bailiff of Pribyslavitz.
Then allow me to congratulate you. What will be your first step?
First, actually, I'm not quite sure. What would you recommend?
As it happens, I already sought a few things in your absence. You might have noticed that the first people have come from Ratai.
Yeah, I saw some heading here right away.
So when they arrived, I was able to start clearing building plots with them. After they erected some temporary dwellings, that is.
Eu acho que o carro-chefe é o 4X, mas não tenho certeza.
So we're ready to get things started?
As long as you know what you want to build, I can show these new people what to do. We'll be building on the sites we've measured out. You can go and look them over first, if you like.
I'll do that. I'll see what's going to be built where.
Nevertheless, I doubt you'll be able to figure that out just from looking at the sites.
4x é um gênero de jogo. Eu nunca joguei nenhum jogo desse gênero, então não sei te explicar muito bem. Mas são jogos mais estratégicos.
How do I choose what to build where?
I've already given it some thought on your behalf. I even wrote it all down in the accounts ledger. Everything will be recorded there. I'll make a note of every change as we proceed.
Thanks. That'll be a big help. And where can I find this book?
It will always be kept at the Rat House.
Ele é bom, sim. Os 3 Gears antigos e o spin-off também, esqueci o nome. O spin-off é mais fraco, mas também é legal. Mas o Gears 4 e 5 eu não recomendo, não. São bem inferiores.
Well, there's nothing here, so we'll have to build everything. Ale house, bakery, butchers, rat house. Did I mention ale house?
Eventually. But be warned. To begin with, it's always best to start with facilities that will be producing construction materials for everything else. And since we'll mainly be using timber, it makes sense to set up a woodcutter's camp.
All right. And then what?
That depends. Every building has its use, but you'll soon get the grasp of it. And it's all in the ledger.
What about the workers' wages and buying materials for artisans?
The money must be put in the trunk here. The expenditures for wages and materials will be taken from it. So you should keep it topped up to prevent delays. Which reminds me, there's the matter of my own pay to be resolved.
Yes, of course.
Sir Divish guaranteed me a fixed income. What's more, this job is an exceptionally big one.
I see. But how much are you thinking?
I have a record of payment here somewhere. Here it is. Let's say 1/4 more than that.
I can't afford that much. At least not now, right at the start. But I do need your help. How about this much?
That's a fair offer. It seems we understand each other. I agree.
Na minha cabeça, uma dele.
Wages in the trunk too. Are you sure it's quite safe?
Quite. Only you and I shall have a key and access to the trunk. Besides, we'll have guards on watch here.
That's reassuring.
That's about all to begin with. If you need any more details, I'll be happy to explain things to you.
Uma roupa chique da realeza. E tem cargo alto.
Could you explain something to me? What are my duties as bailiff?
As bailiff, you must see to it that the village grows and prospers. You'll have to resolve disputes between citizens and decide what I should have built. The coin for it will come from your own purse. Basically, you'll have to keep the whole locality under control. But you can't just do whatever you like. You're still answerable to Sir Divish, as am I.
Which means...
Which means that if the folk here are unhappy, word will soon get to Sir Divish, and he'll put you in your place. So you'd better see to it that there's no thieving, and folk have jobs to do, and their wages are paid.
Of course. I'll keep a close eye on things. How do I build houses?
First, find out how much it'll cost, and whether the upkeep won't ruin you. Everything is written in the ledger. You can check it all there, or just come and see me.
Sure. How do the accounts work?
The most important thing is to know how much profit your buildings generate, and what they cost to operate. That's written on the very first page of the ledger, which will be kept at the Rat House. Whenever we erect a new building, I record it there. And you'll find all the profit generated by the village in the trunk next to the ledger.
And what if we spend more than we earn?
Then you'll have to put the amount necessary for covering the operating costs into the trunk.
I see. Probably best to have a little extra there for a rainy day then. How do operating costs work?
Those are the workers' wages, costs of material and equipment for tradesmen, and so on.
And what if I don't have enough coin?
then production will grind to a halt. Watch out for that. Folks soon get grouchy if they're not getting paid. The amount needed each day is recorded in the accounts ledger too. So you should keep enough in the trunk to cover the wages.
And how do I pay the workers?
Don't concern yourself about that. I'll take care of it. As long as you provide the coin.
So I could put enough money there for, say, 3 days in advance?
Indeed. Simple enough, isn't it?
All right. Thanks.
Não sei onde esse cara tá esperando que eu arrume tanto dinheiro assim.
How can I get new people to come to the village?
Don't worry about that. Folk will gradually turn up of their own accord when there are houses for them. Each building can house a certain number of people. The bigger the house, the more inhabitants. And the more space you have for them, the more country folk will come here in search of a better livelihood.
What about tradesmen?
I can find you fairly competent ones, but if you can get really skilled artisans, it will certainly be a boon for the village income. Although it's not all that easy to get skilled people. You could ask around.
I see. Any suggestions?
You could try asking the 2 Sasau armourers for a start. They're always at each other's throats, so maybe one of them could work here. But don't forget to get a forge and armoury workshop set up for him. Otherwise you'll only be wasting his time.
Right. I'll go and have a word with them later. I must give some thought to who else would come in handy here. Thanks. How can I improve the buildings?
The process is exactly the same as for building from the ground up. We need to have enough coin, materials, and of course, something to improve. It goes without saying that there's no point in better blacksmith's equipment if you've no forge to put it in.
Well, I can't argue with that. But why bother with improvements at all?
Because they make it possible to produce better goods that can be sold at a higher price, so we'll earn more money.
Nothing, actually. So, how am I doing with the village?
Let's see. You're still far from having the income you need to make the village prosper. Well, the village isn't ready yet for the expansion Sir Divish is planning. The church is still in ruins. Doesn't create a good impression. We're on the right track, but we haven't reached the end yet.
All right, I'll get stuck in. I want to build something.
Certainly, Master Bailiff. What's it to be?
I'd rather not build anything just now.
Cadê aquele livro que ele falou? Nem tem nada no mapa.
I want to build some.
Certainly, Master.
I'd rather not.
Precisa de muito gold.
I want to build some.
Certainly.
I'd like to build the rat house.
It's impossible. Check what you need in the ledger.
I'd rather not build. Hey!
Ué, ele não quer que eu coloque dinheiro aqui porque ele tá achando.
Mother of God! I want to build something.
Certainly.
I'd like to build the rat house.
It's impossible. Check what you...
I'd rather not build.
Eu não entendi. Eu preciso de material?
I want to build something.
Certainly.
I'd rather not.
Ah, acho que eu preciso de 5.000. O temporário já está construído.
What is it this time?
We have a problem with water. That is, with the stream. With the, use of the stream.
The stream? What seems to be the trouble?
Sir, they won't let me have a shit.
What's that?
Your locator here won't let people go for a shit.
God give me strength.
Master Locator, would you be so kind as to cast some light on the matter?
I never forbade anyone to defecate. It's not something that can be prohibited anyway.
You did so.
All I asked was that people did their business further downstream. After all, we don't want our water supply contaminated. It could cause disease.
What do you suggest, Master Marius?
Let the people answer the call of nature at least 100 feet downstream from the village.
What? That far? What if I get the runs? I'd shit myself before getting there.
What kind of disease?
Digestive disorders, fever, even death.
Ah, what a load of nonsense. We always poured our shit out right there on the road. They even do that in Prague, for what I've heard. What else would they do with it?
Is it true about Prague?
Admittedly, in many cases, yes. But often there's no other option. The wealthier citizens have a latrine in their courtyard which they empty out whenever necessary. The common folk do empty their chamber pots on the streets.
See now.
But it's also said that if the Turks ever try to attack Prague, it's the stink that will hold them back, not the walls.
I've decided. Defecating will only be allowed at least 100 feet from the village.
But, sir...
A wise decision, Henry.
Well, at least we have permission to go and shit again. I'll go and tell the fellas we can go to the stream. It's been a tough few days.
You mean you haven't been since... No, don't say it. I don't even want to know.
Vamos ver se esse tesouro aqui realmente vale alguma coisa. Tô precisando.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
What's going on there? You're in the wrong place at the wrong time. You call that comeback? Is that the best?
Honda. Yeah.
Nem deu pra correr. Os bandidos Os perrapados são pobres, são fáceis de lidar, né? Mas esses bem equipados é tenso.
Pont, mikor kedvem lenne valakivel kiverni.
Is that all you?
You call them.
Caramba, um golpe só.
from under some rock. Is that all you've got? Is that the... You'll get one. Damn! Don't be... I'll slaughter you.
Caramba. E combara. Esse cara é muito esponja de flash.
What's that?
Is that all you got? Going on there? What have we got here? Entertainment. What's that? I'll slaughter you. Is that the best you can do? You call fucker. What do we call that? Come here. You'll get. You'll get what for. Call that combat.
dead.
Come here, little
I'm going to enjoy it. It's here. That Kunesh wasn't lying. But I know this goblet. It belongs to Baron. And he's still alive. I saw him in Ratai among the refugees, wearing red as always. Now what? Yeah.
Hey, lad! Don't you want a little...
Good day. I've got some goods here.
All right.
Let's have a word about the price.
Why not? Aye. For that amount, I can be persuaded. Hey, lad!
I've got some goods here.
All right. Good luck then.
I've got some goods.
All right. I'll be with you.
Let's talk about the... Is this enough?
A nice sum. Finally.
I've got some good...
All right. See you later.
Let's have a word about the...
Well...
Are we agreed?
Close. Finally.
I've got some...
All right. Take care.
Can we do something?
Well... Aye.